Sunday afternoon about 5 o'clock. I've just stopped and come out for a little walk, and it's so peaceful. I'm just on the canal, and in the back there's the marina, and then up in the back from the marina that's where I got my boat on the hard standing. But I thought I'd just come and have a little wander up here. As always, the canal, no matter whether it's busy or not busy, it's still peaceful. And as I turn around, you've got the open farmland here. You get a little bit of traffic in the distance, but other than that, it's peaceful. Yeah, there's a lovely spot down here. So yeah, I've had quite a busy day. I've been working on the shower, which I'll probably video a little bit of that tomorrow when I'm putting it all together. That's the shower base for the tiled half. I'll speak to you all later. Walking back now, just thought I'd show you this hedging that the farmer's been doing. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but they chop it and weave it all in with the stuff, and that's amazing, ever so strong, and then it'll all start growing up and sprouting, and like a living hedge or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, just thought I'd show you that. Not everybody sees these sort of things, but I love the way these branches are all intertwined and twisted round, and it'll all start growing back. And they sort of chop the bottoms and lay it down. There we go. That was amazing. This old building here, like a little barn or something, but look at the way the tree has grown out from where the door has been left ajar. That's been like that for quite a few years because it's quite a big tree. But yeah, it's quite amazing. Yeah, good evening everybody. Been working on the shower tray all day, and I'd had enough about 4:30, but I've now got a second wind, so I thought actually I'll get it all put in, well, all glued up, or some of it done tonight anyway. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, it was a bit fiddly getting it sussed out, but it's going to work. Reason I can say with confidence it's going to work because over the years I've done quite a lot of wet room shower floors like this, and not with one drill. Oh no, I've lost my bloody drill bit now. That's a bugger. Shit. Just got to go and find another bit. See, never always goes to plan, but luckily I've got another one here. That was quite good to find that quickly. Spent for the chuck here. I'd already put this in temporary this morning when I was making it all up, but we can now screw that right home with these little beauties. These are self-drilling, and they drill straight into the steel. I forgot to take the washers off because these are only little short ones. They've got these washers on, which I don't need them on there for that. As you can see, I was prepared. Not. But there we go. Yeah, we've had quite a constructive day. Well, I've had a constructive day every day. But yeah, once again, a few more subscribers. Welcome on board. I've had a few people watching some of the older ones where the music goes up and down with the voice and that, and music's too loud. But I think now in the present, what we're doing, Cindy's getting it about right. But I think we're not the bloody BBC, like, you know, but there we go. Right, let's run these in. Yeah. You think I'm using it on hammer drill, I'm not. It's just that something's not quite right on the drill, but I'm not worried about that. So there we go. That's that bit in. Right, what's next? Quick dust out. Wrong way around. Wrong way around. Yeah, not very tidy. Health and safety. Have a field day. Oh. Oh. Oh, where's that gone? So you get stuff out, put it down. There it is, paintbrush. Get some glue on here now. Now I've got the old cascamite out because it sticks nice and solid. So if I'll get that up tonight, and then now started. I think shit. What do I start it? What did they say? I started, so I should finish. Oh, it don't finish me. Actually, I'm going to put this on the time lapse, otherwise I'm going to take forever. Well, there we go, that's the base ply in. I'll let that dry off overnight, and then tomorrow I'll give it a clean up with a sander, and then I should then glue a 3mm ply right over the top of that, glued and screwed down, and then that'll be ready for putting the moisture barrier on, ready for the shower tray. Good morning. I'm glad I did crack on last night, because now I've just sanded off the excess glue in that. Now that's the former now done. That's done in segments because one, I could get it in easier, and also because I need to basically get all the falls on there, and as you can see it all falls down to go into the corner. Now I would have liked to have got the drain right in the corner, but because there's that metal rib going across there, I couldn't do, so I've had to bring it out slightly. But all I'm going to do now is I've got a piece of 3.5mm ply, which I'm going to glue and fix down onto this, just to bring it the level up right for the tiles, and also just to contour it slightly even better to take the mosaic tiles. Speak to you later. Hello there. What were we, Monday after, I'll lose track of the days, Monday afternoon. Before I went out this morning, I put that plywood down I was talking about, which has been well glued, and I've really pinned it down well with some little stainless ring shank pin nails, which will really hold it and won't budge at all. And I've put plenty of the Cascamite glue, so that's going off, and now that's really good surface to tile to. Yeah, I've just made a template up. There's the template I've just made up. Now that basically took a few minutes to make it, but basically that now, if I go out, take that sheet outside, one, if it fits, goes out of the boat, it knows I'm going to get the piece of ply in, and I'm going to take it out to the ply and offer it up and mark it out and cut it out, and that's going to be the first part of the bulkhead for the shower. So yeah, that's the first bulkhead going into the boat. So speak to you all later. Yeah, hello there. Been busy all day. Haven't done a lot of filming, but I'll do a little catch up later on with what I've been up to today. But I'm just going to stop and have a cup of tea and a bit of bread and cheese. But I can't find the bloody bread knife because I'm in such a pickle here. So this is what's quite handy is, now hard point saw is quite good for cutting your bread if you can't find your bread knife. So there you go, cut nice slices of bread, hard point saw. That's my little tip for today. Morning, Tuesday morning. There we go, I got the bulkhead in yesterday. That's the first one in, so it sort of changed perspective on the boat here already. So yeah, this is where I'm concentrating my efforts on today, is to basically get all of the shower area formed up. I've already got this back panel in here. I've got to come all the way up here, put an upright down that side there. As I say, we've showed you there's your shower base, there's the drain going out, the tiles that will be going on. I'm going to build a seat in the corner here, as I say, because seat's quite handy to sit on if you want to have your shower or do your feet or whatever you want to do in the shower. So yeah, there we go. Then round this side, we've got that's where the half's going to be for the stove. So yeah, there's quite a lot of work to do on it because I've got to put silica board on this side for the heat dispersation or whatever they call it. So yeah, I'll speak to you all later. Good morning again. Getting on with the shower. Just thought I'd show you what we've been up to. I've now got all the back wall in there now, and I'm just doing this little return wall. Now that's just the template that I've screwed up out of odd bits, which basically is going to give me the shape that I need. So I'm going to take that now outside, get the saw bench set up, and we'll cut the first piece of ply for there. It's to say, doing templates are a bit time consuming, well they can be, but basically if I go and cut that to this piece of ply to the size of that, that's going to give me, and it'll go straight in there. So in the long term it's worth it. Yeah, the other thing I've got to mention, you can't use a spirit level in the boat because the boat's not sitting level, although it was built on the level, because it's in the yard here and they chock them up so that they slope backwards a bit how they would be in the water. That's what they said anyway, the yard. So you know, you can't use a spirit level, so you've got to use a square. Now that's a carpenter's square, so that is dead 90 degrees, that angle on there. I also used pieces of offcuts of plywood that's come straight off the sheet because they're dead square. So you just got to be careful. Remember, you're doing everything off the square, so you've got to square up. So that upright there is squared up. That upright there is squared up off the floor, the same as the bulkhead is squared up off the floor with a piece of plywood square. So yeah, just thought I'd show you that. Yeah, so there we go. I've cut that piece now. That's come straight off the template and it's fitted in there perfectly. I've squared it off with a sheet of board there and it's nice and upright as well. So all I've got to do now is mark another one off, slightly smaller, just to allow for the thickness of the ply, because then I'll put another one in there because I've got to make the thickness of the wall up and make it nice and solid. You know, the thing is, you can't be too careful because there's going to be, you know, a lot of vibrations coming through the boat, and the last thing we want is tiles falling off the wall. But if you use the right adhesive and you get this stuff nice and solid, it's not going to go anywhere, so it will hold up. Yeah, there we go. I've just got the side piece screwed in now with some battens being glued up the side. And then I've got that piece there, which is the inside, which as soon as those clamps come off, that can go in position. So there we're cracking on here. I've got the side wall up here, and I'm just getting the seat area sorted out. And I've drilled a couple of holes there for the pipes to come through for the shower. Yeah, this is the bracket for the shower. Very substantial, made by a German company called Grower. That's the back plate, which I've now fixed onto a piece of ply with the tails for the hot and cold, which I'm now going to put through from the back. Here we go, that's the shower connections done. I'll take you around the other side to where the shower is. And there's the connections, that's underneath the seat. They tee off going over to that side where the basin's going to be. They come through there. This one is the cold coming from the front of the boat, taking the cold right to the back of the boat to the calorifier, and they're coming down there, hot and cold feed. There's our shower outlets in. So yeah, over here, this is where I'm going to put the seat, which basically that bit has got to go in there like so. That will go in there like so. Then yeah, you can sit here and have a shower, and well, not say to your heart's content or as you run out of bloody water, but you know what I mean, you can feel safe, because that's the thing, as you're getting older you should always feel safe in a shower. And when I be bathroom company, that was the one thing we really emphasised, was you can never be too careful in a bathroom, especially in a shower, and you know, put a grab rail in. They don't need to be obtrusive. You can just put a little simple one in, but it's always something then to grab hold of so you feel safe, because there's nothing worse than the slip in the shower cubicle, or in the bath for that matter. But there we go, that's just my little tips. Right, I'm going to crack on. Speak to you later. Yeah, hello there. Just thought I'd bring you in on this one. I'm busy now, just really getting some finalisations on where things are going to be going in the bathroom and how big the bathroom's actually going to be. So just to let's show you how I work things out is, you know, I've put some sticks up basically to simulate where the walls are going to go, and by doing that you get a real feel for it when you sort of walk through. But you know, this stick here is sort of basically marking the edge of the shower. That's a template of the basin top that I'm going to have. And so I've simulated this wall here, and basically I could sense that, you know, that's going to be big enough for the walk-through. I've also got to allow for the door, which will come up against the shower as well. Over on this side, that's basically where the composting toilet's going to go. We've decided to go with composting toilet because, to be perfectly honest, as far as I'm concerned, it's the most hygienic toilet you could actually ever have. You know, I don't really want to be, you know, going about with you know, a storage tank full of all the effluent on. We did have an experience on a hire boat where we got to the last day and the bloody thing was full up, you know, which really, you know, we got by, but you know, not good enough. The same as we've also had the hire boats with the cassettes in there, okay, but again, you got that chemical, you got that horrible chemical-y smell, it's there. But with composting, you know, although it's, you think, well, where's it all go, but actually, you know, once you've done your business and that, basically the smell's gone within a few minutes, like, you know. They'll have a little fan running in there just to keep, you know, help things move on. And as I say, then periodically you take the bag out and that just goes in the waste bin that's provided on the side of the canal, and that's all completely legal and above board. So there's no pump out fees to pay, no chemicals to buy. So all in all, you know, yeah, you've got to empty your wee bottle, but that's no big deal. The thing is in my camper van, or my work camper van, I've had like a bag toilet for years. You don't pee in it, you just do your business if you have to, bag it and get rid of it. But there we go. So over that side, in the middle there's going to be a towel rail, then the loo, and then I've decided that, because this will all be boxed in as one unit, I'm going to put the shower pump there, because basically I feel that then at least there it's easy accessible. If anything goes wrong, it's easy to get at. I was going to have it underneath here, but basically there'll just be the connection under there for the sensor, because there's an electric sensor on there that senses when water comes to the shower. That will turn the pump on automatically. Then this spot here in there, that's going to be the washing machine cupboard. So that'll obviously have a side up there, and then there'll be just one door on the washing machine, so the door acts as either the door, if you come in here and you want to shut the door off from the bedroom, that door will shut and it becomes a bedroom door. So in actual fact, in the boat we're only going to have the one walk-through door, which is obviously the washing machine cupboard door or the bedroom door, and then the door going through into the saloon. Obviously there'll be a couple of doors in the bedroom where I do wardrobes, but that's basically it. Anyway, that's enough of that. So yeah, I just thought I could let you into just how I plan things out. And the thing is, for you know, me, where I've done work not in a boat but small bathrooms and all sorts of conversions over the years, you just know about sizing that. But for people, you know, who's going to this for a first project and that, you know, it must be quite a daunting task, like, you know, and it's all very well drawn on a piece of paper, but if you don't really understand the size and proportions, So this is, to me, a good idea. Is always, you mark it out on the floor, put some sticks up. I've even done it where I've even made temporary walls before, just to even hung a sheet up just so you can see, or let a customer see, actually that's where the wall's going to be, just by hanging a sheet up, and it makes such a difference, But anyway, that's me waffling on. Speak to you all later. Here we are. I've just now put the valve in now which pumps the water away. That's got a sensor in it, so when the water comes out of the shower, goes into the sensor, it then activates the pump to pump the water out. It is a two-way valve, and I was going to run the basin waste across, but I've decided to actually run the basin waste straight out, so I've blanked off the top cap there. And also I've made it so that with this, there's this access panel here which will be under a cupboard in the saloon. If I ever need to get that, if the sensor went wrong, I can just disconnect, get in from this side, disconnect the pipe where it connects onto the shower gully, undo this screw in this wooden bracket, and then pull the whole unit out for service if needs be. But anyway, there we go. Yeah, hello there. Just get me knee limping out. Gotta watch the knees. Yeah, we're just buttoning this shower seat up. I'm just going to put the top on. I've glued the side in. Bit difficult because I had to screw in from the back. But yeah, it's all good to go. So we'll always got there it is. Hit the stick. I've got some of this cascabite left, so we'll stick that round the top here. Yeah, I've had a good day. Say the bathroom or shower, I keep calling it a bathroom, there's no bloody bath in there, but the shower room is coming on. I've got the waste stool in down here now, as you can see. So it'll soon be time to be able to fill all these screw holes up, bit of filler on there, and then we'll get the tanking system out and we'll get it all tanked up ready for tiling. So I think when Cindy comes up on Friday, I've asked her to bring the tiles up, so she'll be coming up with the front wheels off the ground, I expect, on the little car, but there's a few other things that she needs to bring up for me as well. Anyway, that's that on there. That can go on there, and we'll pump a few screws down in there. It's funny, that's an old terminology, pump some screws in, because years ago, before these, it was the old pump screwdriver, which had like a ratchet on it. You used to pump it in. There was about 3 different sizes. But yeah, since the advent of our screwdrivers, it made life really easy. Anyway, that's that. I won't show you all of that, but once I've got that in, you know what time it is. It's time to stop for a cup of tea and a slice of cake. But I just thought I'd give this a plug. Now this is, I've only just discovered this. This is Mrs. Crimble's stem ginger cake. And it's a delicious cake baked with rye flour. Now that is absolutely amazing. I had one the other week and I thought, crumbs, that's incredible. So I actually got this off the internet. I got this came, and I'd also, they do a Dutch apple cake with cinnamon. Well, I've got through that one all this week, so we're going to start on the stem ginger. So yeah, if you like ginger cake, but really like, bugger Mr. Kipling's like, it's Mrs. Crimble's all the way. Yeah, good evening. Wednesday evening, about 7:15. Just thought I'd show you this. This is the shower and waterproofing kit by Mappy or Mappi, whatever you want to call it. Basically 50 quid from Screwfix. That's the compound that we spread on. That's the primer, which I'm going to do in a minute. I'm going to give it all a coat of primer. And then this is the corner tape, which I've got some of the real left over from another one I've done, but this is the corner tape. You've got this rubberized tape, and that basically gets stuck in the corners like that all the way around, all the joints, and that seals the corners up, and then you then splodge the other stuff on, cut the 3 coats, and they're all ready to go, like, you know. So I thought what we'd do is we'd crack on this evening, get a bit more done. I'm going to put it on what do you call it, time lapse now. Yeah, hello there, we're on the night shift now. Just thought I'd get the first coat of tanking on. As I say, you saw earlier I put the sealer on. Now I've put all the joint tapes around. Now I'm just getting them sealed in with the first coat of the membrane. So yeah, get this on, then I can give it another coat in the morning, and won't be far off ready for tiling then. Cindy's bringing the tiles up on Friday. So yeah, there we have it. I'll speak to you all later. There we go. That's the first coat of tanking membrane on. That's going off quite quick. So what I'm doing, I'm just doing, believe it or not, I'm doing a bit more finchula. I'm just tidying up these bits of steel that are showing still. As you can see down that side, I've wrapped all those in extra bits because I've got it, so I might as well use it up and make sure everything gets totally wrapped up. So yeah, I'm just doing a bit of that this evening. Then I'll get the second coat on the shower tonight. I'm just sort of on one tonight, so I thought I might as well crack on with it. Speak to you all later. Good morning, everybody. Thursday morning. Yeah, I've just been tidying up the joints here on the ceiling. I sanded them all off, and because when I put the ceiling up, I put a biscuit joint on all the butt joints and then glued them as well, so that hopefully it stops any movement. So yeah, I've just sanded them off, and I'm just touching them up with some paint now, because eventually we'll all have another sand down and one coat of paint. So just getting little jobs like that out of the way this morning, and big clear up later on, and just crack on with whatever else there is to crack on. Speak to you all later, everybody. Well, there we go, there's the shower area. All that's had 3 coats of tanking membrane on now, so that's all drying out nicely. And then when Cindy goes on and crack on with the tiling, which you'll see in the next video. Speak to you all later. And also, by the way, thank you for all those new subscribers and all the messages that we've had over the last video. Seems to be going great guns. I'm glad you're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying doing it. Speak to you all later. Bits of ice here and there, nothing drastic, but it's still quite a cold day today, but I'm enjoying actually having a little day off. So far, so good. How about you, Cindy? Are you glad to be here?
I'm glad to be here.
Good. Just out for a little walk and that Sunday morning. We're at the famous Foxton Locks, which, as you see up through here, undergoing a lot of major reconstruction, various repairs and new lock gates and that. Just thought we'd do a little bit of that just to show you what's going on here. And we're here quite early, it's only about just 11 o'clock, so there's not too many people here, but this place gets absolutely rammed with visitors. But yeah, there we go, Foxton Locks. Very cold, fresh day, but very sunny as well. Speak to you all later.